How's it going, everybody? We're the Erie Better Beer Bureau. Got another video review for you. I'm Mark.
And I'm Dave. Today we have another one from Hill Farmstead. This is Beyond Good and Evil. It's a Imperial Stout, and it's brewed with maple syrup, and then it is aged in bourbon barrels for over 20 months. I heard 24 was the kind of the rumor going around. I could smell bourbon from here.
Yeah, it's strong.
So we're going to get in this one and kind of tell you what we think.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, it's bourbon forward.
It's definitely, I get a hefty dose of bourbon and vanilla. I get a roastiness on it.
There's roastiness, there's sweetness like a honey or a molasses.
Yeah.
It's more like a sweet honey, I think.
Yeah, I do get like a honey.
Yeah.
That might be the maple syrup coming through because it is brewed with maple.
Yeah, that could be it.
You know, when I was looking, this thing was actually brewed in May of 2012. So literally 2 years ago, and then it was bottled in January of 2014. But yeah, it smells like a hearty beer.
Yeah, it does. Know? There's some woodiness to it, some oak.
Yep. Yeah, barrel character coming through real nice. Yeah, and a roast, the oak's actually coming out more. Like now that I'm like kind of over and getting a little deeper into it and getting past that original blast of bourbon that came out on it. Cheers.
Oh, wow.
Wow. It's definitely a hefty beer.
Yeah, it's definitely hefty.
I get a lot of the same as the aroma. I get like a vanilla. I get that honey again.
That's I think the biggest flavor
like,
almost
right up
sweet
front.
honey. Yeah.
I get like a honey sweetness.
Yep.
It's not. It's got to be from the maple.
Yeah, it has to be. Yep. And it's a full mouthfeel too. I mean, it coats the mouth. Smooth though.
And I know in the past, some of the Hill Farmstead stouts, I feel like they've all had a medium to medium full to sometimes a full body. This one actually is a pretty full body. It's got a nice thick mouthfeel to it.
Yep.
And it's creamy too.
Yeah.
It's got a little bite of booze on the back end.
A little bit. I can smell more of the bourbon than I can actually taste it.
And it is an easy drinking beer though.
Yes,
Holy cow.
I know, it's creamy.
And it's that sweetness, I think, that really just puts it over for me. That like honey, the vanilla, the bourbon. I'm getting a little bit of oak now that it's, I'm kind of settling into the beer, and man, it is good.
That's fantastic. Beyond Good and Evil. I tell you what, this is another great one from Hill Farmstead. It's got all those nice characters of the stout, bourbon barrel stout. Light bourbon flavor. All the sweetness that you want in a stout, little bit of roastiness, could use just a touch more. It's getting a little bit complex now that it's warming up a little bit. Even the flavors are starting to pop a little bit more. I'll tell you, I'm going to have to give this a 4.5. I was going back and forth between 4.25 and 4.5. It's just too good to be a 4.25. I'm going to give it a solid 4.5.
Yeah, I really couldn't agree more. I was bouncing between those same scores, but the flavor profile alone, and something that we get kind of nitpicky on, I feel, and too bad Maury's here not to nitpick the crap out of it, but his mouthfeel. And this one has a fuller mouthfeel to it. The more I'm sipping it, it is medium full to borderline full mouthfeel. It's definitely on the fuller side, I would think, which I like in a stout. And for being barrel-aged for 2 years, that's tough to pull off. But the flavors are just incredible. Like I said, if this had a little more roast to balance out all these sweetness, it'd be in the elite category of 4.75 and above. But yeah, I'm going to go 4.5 as well on this one. There you have it.
All right.
Cheers.